Hi everyone, welcome you all to the second lecture on how to read, write and display images using OpenCV. In this lecture, you will be learning about how to read an image, display the image which has been read and how to write the image into the particular path using OpenCV. Let's dive into the session. Reading an image. cv2.imread is the command which is used to read the file from a path. cv2.imread, file name, and you have to specify the flag. The first argument is the file name from where the image is read, and the second argument is flag. It specifies the way the image should be read. There are totally 3 flags, 1, 0 and -1. 1 means the image has to be read in a color image. You can either specify integer value or you can specify the name of the flag itself. cv2.imread_color. This flag loads the image in a color format. Next flag is a 0 flag, which is nothing but cv2.imread_grayscale. This loads the image in a grayscale format. And the third flag is -1, which is cv2.imread_unchanged. It loads the image as such, including the alpha channel. So let's don't wait, we will enter into the coding part of this session. For this, I am not going to open Jupyter Notebook. I am going to open my Python IDE itself. Let me open the terminal. From this, I am going to use gedit for writing my code. This is the name of my file .python. Soon I will explain why I am not using Jupyter Notebook and I am using an editor window. This is your editor window. Here you can type your code. First, as usual, you have to import the libraries. So what is the library needed here? You are using OpenCV and hence you need to import OpenCV. Let's import cv2. Next is that we have to read the image. So I am reading the image under the variable name img, which is equal to cv2.imread. We have to specify the path from where we are reading the file. I have my file under this path. So let me specify the path over here / the name of the image. It is in the format of JPG. So I have given the file name. Now I have to specify the flag name. Whether I have to read it as a color image or a grayscale image or image with alpha channel. So first let me read the image as a grayscale. Here I am specifying the integer value. Even you can specify the flag name itself. The next command is the display command. Once the image has been read, we have to display the image. The command used here is cv2.imshow, which means showing the image. Here we have to specify the name of the window. Here I am going to display my lorikeet image, hence I am giving lorikeet image. Next is the name of the variable. I have loaded my image under the variable img. We have displayed the image. Let me save this code and run the code. For running your code, you have to type Python provided with the name of the file. So if you see here, within a fraction of millisecond, the image appeared and disappeared. So in order to make the image window wait for some time, you have to specify wait command, cv2.wait. We have to specify the key and we have to specify how long the image has to wait. I am giving 5000 milliseconds, which means my image will be displayed and will be present in the window for 5 seconds. Then what I am doing? I am going to destroy all the windows which has been opened. For that, the command is destroy all windows which has been opened. So this is the command which will destroy all the windows which has been opened for visualization. Let me save this and again let me run the Python code. Now you will be observing your loricate image. It has been destroyed. Let me run for you once again. See, the image has been loaded as a grayscale. It will wait for 5 seconds and it disappeared. If you want to make it to wait until a key is pressed, then you have to give here cv2.wait0, which means that until you press any key or if you close the window will remain opened. So let's try for that also. Here I am giving the command python read.py, where I am reading the file in a grayscale mode. Now I am waiting for more than 5 seconds, but still my window is not closed, which means that I have to close the window manually. So I have closed the window. This is how our wait key works. If you don't specify anything, the image will appear and close within a fraction of milliseconds. Rather, if you mention the time over here in milliseconds, the window will appear and wait for the milliseconds which is specified. Instead, if we specify 0, the display window will be opened and remain opened until you manually close the window. These are the 3 options which can be provided for wait key. Now, let me display the image only for 10,000 seconds, which means 10,000 milliseconds, which means 10 seconds. Now I am going to display my image, open my image in a color format. So I have mentioned here the flag to be 1. So the image has been opened in the color format. Let's wait. It will automatically close after 10 seconds. Next, if you want your image to be open unchanged, whatever the color format is present, just give -1. So my image, let me show the image. My image is basically a color image. So it will open the image as it is. So let me run the code. See, it has opened the image which is there already in the same format, leaving the image unchanged, and the window will be closed after 10 seconds automatically. Now we have learned about how to read an image and how to display an image. Next, we will learn how to write an image into a particular path. So for that, what I am going to do is that after showing my image, I am going to write it. cv2.imWrite is a command which is used to write the file to a particular path. So I am specifying the same path where my loricate image is there. So let me write over the same path under the name loricate_copy. What I am going to write? I am going to write the image img. Before that, let me show that in my path I have only loricate image. Once I write the image again to this path, I should get loricate_copy, a copy of the same image. Let's see how it works. So it appears for 10 seconds and it will disappear. Let's go and check whether it has been written in the folder. See, we had a copy of the image, which means that the image which is read has been written inside this folder. So the command to write is cv2.imWrite. Let's do some other operation in our code. So what we have done? We have read the image, we have displayed the image, and we have returned the image to our path. Now let's do some operation over these commands. For example, I want to write my image only if I press a key called S. If I press N, which is nothing but no key, then it has to simply destroy the window and come out of the code. So the assignment which is given now is when I press S key from the keyboard, then it has to write the file to my path. If I press no, then it should not write the file to my path. Rather, it should simply display and destroy all the windows. So for that, we have shown the image, and now what I need is that I am going to get the key value. So we have the key. Whenever we press the key, I have to get the value of the key. So the value of the key I am getting under the variable name A. Now I am going to specify my condition. If my key which is pressed is equal to the key is yes, then here ORD is a built-in function which is used to get the value of the key. So if my command is yes, then what I have to do is that I have to write the image to my path. And then what I have to do? I have to destroy my windows. Else if what I have to do? If my key which is entered is N, then what I have to do? I have to simply destroy the window. I should not write the image inside my path. This is what the condition I am going to specify. Let me explain once again. The experiment which is given to you is that you have to read the image and you have to show the image. You have to get the key which is pressed in the keyboard, and if the key is yes, then you have to write a copy of the image in a particular path. If not the key is N, then you have to just display the image and destroy the windows. Let me run this code. Before that, let's check whether there is a copy. Yes, we will delete the copy. I have run this code. Now I am going to go press N, which means that the window is closed and we haven't returned anything. We haven't made a copy of the file. Rather, now I am going to give the key yes. The image is displayed and it is waiting for the key to be entered from the keyboard. I am giving yes key. You can see here a copy of a Lorikeet image is returned inside the particular folder. So you can give a conditional statements for your program for writing the images inside a particular folder. In this session you have learned about how to read an image, how to write an image, how to display an image, along with that a conditional statement of if. So we have read an image. For displaying image we have used a command cv2.imshow. For writing an image into a particular path we have used our command cv2.imwrite. Thank you. Catch you in the next session.